Okay, so congratulations on finishing reading this book, Man's Search for Meaning, written by Viktor Frankl. So he was a psychiatrist, Jewish psychiatrist, who had to be imprisoned in concentration camps during World War II, but he was able to survive while holding on to hope and his love for his family during the most horrible times in his life, and he became a survivor and wrote about his experience and became a hope for the world population. So I think this book was a deeply touching book and gives us several profound lessons. So the first lesson is about the power of choice. So in life, there are times when challenges come into our ways, and sometimes we just cannot just control our circumstances and environments, but the book teaches us that we always have the freedom to choose our responses, our reactions. So the fate may throw us any number of challenges, but we definitely have freedom to react in our own dignified way. We can find ways to be kind and maintain our dignity despite harsh conditions. So remember that we can always choose our attitude and our reaction, and that decides the course of our life. So there is a famous baseball player, Japanese baseball player. His name is Otani Shohei, and he plays in Major League Baseball right now. And then one day he made a comment that some people could throw a trash at you, not literally but figuratively. But it's your choice whether you're going to pick it up and then put it in your pocket or just put it in the trash can. So there might be people who could be unkind to you, or there could be some misfortunes, but it's your choice to be affected by it. Let yourself dwell on it, or just move on and then focus on the positivity. Yeah, and then the second lesson would be finding meaning in suffering and pains that you might have to go through your life. So, to go through difficulty and overcome it, eventually it's very important to maintain a sense of purpose. So, the people in the concentration camps had different purposes in their lives. Uh, for some, they wanted to reunite with their family. Some wanted to complete an unfinished scientific book. And for the author Frankel, he wanted to share his experience in the concentration camp with the world after he became liberated. So it's important to find some kind of meaning and purpose to overcome the pain and then the sufferings that we are going through at the moment. So I'm sure as seventh graders and eighth graders, there are challenges in your life. But then please try to connect your challenges at the moment to a bigger purpose. Well, it could be big or small. Big purposes such as wanting to help other people or making a world a better place, or smaller personal goals like getting better at a certain subject or learning a new skill. If it's very important to look into a distant future, start from discovering what you care about, what makes you happy. Um, and this time of your life, it's a very important time to keep searching for what makes you happy and what makes your life meaningful. And if you hold on to that, and then if you try to connect that with your daily challenges and daily tasks, then you're going to have a sense of meaning and you will come out of these challenges stronger. and then closer to the future self that you envisioned. So that's closely tied to the theme of using imagination to transcend your current circumstances. So Dr. Frankl uses imagination to escape the brutal reality that he was facing. He vividly envisioned himself lecturing after the war in a university about the lessons that he learned from experiences. So it was impossible to predict whether he was going to survive or not because only one or two statistically survived after the Holocaust. But then, this vivid imagination not only gave him a purpose, but also a mental strength that could help him transcend his surroundings. So, imagination is a great source of power and healing. So, our minds can be our sanctuaries. So, in our mind, in our imagination, we can dream and plan and maintain hopeful for our future. So, please try to use your imagination as vividly as possible. So the only reason I was able to go through all the studying and tasks, many different tasks during my teenage was because I was able to imagine myself vividly in a American college campus conversing with the most talented and most intelligent students selected all from the world, from all different countries, and I was able to achieve that. And then right now, sometimes preparing for lessons can be really hard and it's exhausting. It can be mentally and physically challenging, but then the only reason I can withstand my daily life and daily struggle is because I imagine vividly for the future events that I'm really excited about, that I'm really looking forward to. For example, I imagine a future where I can spend 2 or 3 years in Hawaii, living there with my family, going to the beach with two of my beautiful children who don't exist yet. But if I can imagine that future as vividly as possible, the touch, the smell, and then the sound, if you do that, whatever you imagine or whatever your bucket list might be, whether it's small or large, I think you can definitely uh, derive some source of healing and power and transcend the current difficult challenges. Yeah, and the book also talks about the precious things that we take for granted, such as the nature. So we are blessed with a wonderful nature and landscape in Korea. So Frankel mentions that the prisoners, although they're in horrible situations, when they see a beautiful mountain range in the distance or a beautiful sunset, all of them look at the natural scene, and then pause for a moment and enjoy the moment to praise the beauty of nature. So the nature definitely has a healing power, something that we take for granted. But then, if you have a chance to get close to nature, go to the mountain, I'm sure you will find a lot of soul comfort and a lot of creativity and a lot of inspiration. I think that was in the third grade of my high school. I was preparing for the SAT and I felt like I wasn't motivated enough. And then I was feeling very lethargic and very tired and totally consumed and worn out. So I decided to um, go for a hiking. I went mountain climbing all by myself, and then I spent about 4 or 5 hours in the afternoon, and when I finally reached the top of the mountain, I felt immensely cleansed, motivated. And after that, I was able to fully focus on my studies, and I was able to get a very good score on the SAT test that I had to test. So if you have a hard time, please have a chance to get closer to nature. I'm sure it's going to be a great chance to heal yourself. Yeah, and then don't forget to laugh And don't forget to smile uh, to yourself and also to other people. Just by lifting the corners of your mouth, corners of your lips, it gives you a positive feeling. So humor is not just having fun, and so you think that you have the choice to laugh and choice to enjoy the moment. Actually, you don't really have a choice. The only way to survive is to have humor and to laugh. If you do not choose humor as your coping strategy, uh, you won't probably be happy. So teenage is a time when you go through a lot of troubles, both inside and outside. But then I hope you can always choose for the bright side, always choose humor, always choose smile and laughter. This isn't just about being funny. It's a vital and necessary part of coping with difficult situations. That way, you can manage to keep your spirits up, and it can be a shield for your spirit and for your inner world. Yeah. And lastly, the importance of family. So, just like the nature, we take our family for granted, but only when we are in such extreme situation, then we start realizing the importance of family. So, how much money would you trade your family for? Um, billion dollars? Um, $10 billion? $100 billion? If Elon Musk and Bill Gates ever came to you and offer all of their fortune, would you trade your family for? You won't. You probably wouldn't. Which means that you are already a millionaire. You are already a billionaire. So please remember to relish the happiness. Please remember to enjoy the happiness that's already inside your life. You guys are already having a perfect life. You already have a perfect life. Please pause for a moment to relish that, to enjoy that. That's going to give you a lot of mental strength and comfort. So, our connection to our loved ones is a source of powerful motivation. And then love is probably the only meaning, the ultimate meaning of life. So it's the love with our family can offer hope and courage against all odds. So I hope you guys won't take your family for granted, but always appreciate them. Okay, this is pretty much it for today. Thank you.